And the warmest greetings to you all. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, coming to you live from the heartland of America, straight to your heart, I hope, because we're here to help you guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, and be your own guru. In short, we're here, ladies and gentlemen, to help you unindoctrinate yourself. And if we weren't family, we wouldn't be having this little discussion today, but we are family. And unfortunately, it's important for me to say this and give you some clarity because it's become a real big issue. I remember back in the day where men were men and women were women, and your handshake was your bond, and you could just have a talk, and people didn't feel like they had to go and put it on Facebook. But those days, ladies and gentlemen, are over. I'm saying those days, ladies and gentlemen, are over. And I had to, I've been endeavoring to be nice, Jeff, to be nicer, to be kinder, and that's really important. But I've got a good friend named Rocky Stucci. Some of you might know him. And Rocky Stucci's rule number one is don't take shit from nobody. So I've had to morph back a little bit more towards the don't take shit from nobody, because there is a balance, and you can follow rule number one without being mean. You can follow rule number one without being a jerk. You can follow rule number one without being a part of the problem. You can follow rule number one in times where you get backed into a corner, and you must follow rule number one. And only because you're family and because it's causing a rift within this family am I bringing this to you. You see the old Last Stand logo behind me. It's raining, it's pouring. The old Last Stand is washed out. That's the last time you'll ever see that logo. Now, the Last Stand, great program. It's been a great program for almost 2 years. I've enjoyed doing almost every minute of it. And the new and improved Last Stand and the new and improved logo, should we break out the new and improved logo today? I think we will. At the end of this program, we will, because this will be the last words I say about this situation. This will be the last time you ever see that. And we'll completely put it under the ground. It'll be done. It'll be buried, and it won't resurrect, because we'll bury it at a crossroads. We'll put a stake in its heart, and it will be done. So if you'd allow me to invoke rule number one and not take any shit from nobody, I misstated that. Rocky would say, don't take shit from nobody. So that's the way we're going to roll with this. So the need arose where I had to make a decision as the founder, executive producer, grand poobah, and all that stuff of The Last Stand. I had to make the decision to remove Jay Campbell, my co-host, from that position. And I sent him a personal private email that he chose to share. I thought wasn't a very classy move, but this is the personal private email. And I'm going to show it to you because it contains all the information you really need to know about why Jay Campbell is, quite frankly, you're fired from The Last Stand. That's just honesty. I mean, we got to have a little bit of fun, right? To be honest with you, it's like this. Jay Campbell, you're fired. You're fired. So we're just having a little bit of fun, ladies and gentlemen, making light of a sad situation. So this is actually from my email. So I hope there's nothing that's being disclosed here. Uh-oh. You can see that I blind copied it to a couple people. Ooh. Well, anyway, Jay, you know I love you like a brother and value our friendship. And that's very, very true. I do. That makes this tough. I think our current situation with The Last Stand is taxing on our friendship. Since you have clearly stated you are leaving anyway, I got a chance to get a great proven industry veteran, long-term co-host, and I grabbed him. We had a great run. I know TLS was coming to an end for you, and this ensures I can keep the ball rolling with minimal loss of momentum. I totally get that this is a side project for you, And you know full well this is my gig, my main thing. It was great teaming up with you. I look forward to continued friendship without the stress. My new co-host was gracious enough to start Monday. Unindoctrinate yourself, Jeffrey Daugherty. So let's work backward with this. I look forward to continued friendship without the stress. Really don't think it can happen anymore because of Jay's decision to make it public and to call me all kinds of bad names and say lies and then block me from all of his social media so I couldn't respond. I think that is a lack of not only intellectual fortitude, but it's a lack of testicular fortitude as well. But anyway, and here's the thing. This is my gig. This is my main thing. This is what I do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I do. This is who I am. I wake up in the morning thinking about this. I wake up in the night and come in here and write down the whiteboard of ideas, things, because this is my life. This is what I do. It's not a sideline to me. It's not a something that I do because I like to do it. I do it because I have to do it. It's a calling. This is me. If this YouTube channel goes away, I don't know what I'd do. I'd keep on going, but this is my life. It's my life. It's my passion. It's my calling. It literally is who I am. It's my main gig. And I said to Jay, I know this is a side project for you. The reason I said that is because it was a few months ago, 3, 4, 5, I can't remember. Jay said to me, I'm quitting. I'm quitting The Last Stand. And I'm quitting because doing this esoteric stuff puts too much pressure on my real business. His real estate business, he and his wife have probably the best real estate brokerage in Southern California. If you're in the LA area and you want your house sold, call the Monica Diaz agency. They'll get it done. Bottom line. Jay's other big thing is he is arguably the foremost expert on hormone optimization therapy for both men and women in the United States, maybe in the world. If you want to learn about hormone optimization, if you want to worry about personal training, call Jay Campbell. He's the best at it. And he told me I've got to quit because the carryover and the blowback from my esoteric realm, people are saying to me, what are you doing with this stuff? What are you doing with this weird stuff? It's silly. It's stupid. And he told me it's just a sideline for him. It's not his real deal. It's something he does for fun. He's going to leave it anyway. He said, I got to leave. I said, okay. I was sad, but I understood that he had to leave. Couple 3 days later, he called me back. I'm going to stay. I said, okay, great. Perfect. So it is a side project for him. And then another month went by and we had a show and we talked about Donald Trump, and Jay made it very clear that he didn't like Donald Trump. And Jenny Moonstone and Heidi Vandenberg on him. They went after him on social media. They took it. They went after him because they're very much supporters of the president. And I got a scathing call and I'm quitting. I'll never do this again. These esoteric people are crazy. I want nothing to do with them. They're all fake anyway. I'm not going to be part of it anymore. I quit. Okay, that's too bad. So I called up Jenny and said, hey, you want to be the host of The Last Stand? Yes, I'd love to. So I hired Jenny to be the co-host of The Last Stand. Got a call from Jay. Hey, I'm really sorry. Can I come back? So I went to Jenny. I said, Jenny, I'm really sorry, but Jay said he wants to come back. And Jenny says, oh, I understand. No problem. So Jay came back. If you're keeping track, that's 2 quits. Then we had another issue where Jay said, I quit. And I went to Rocky Stucci and said, Rocky, do you want to be the host of The Last Stand? Love to do it. You know what happened? Jay changed his mind. I went to Rocky. Rocky, I'm so sorry, brother. Hey, don't worry about it. But let's start our own show. And now that show's nationally syndicated. So it worked out, right? If you're keeping track at home, that's 3 quits. Then comes the new YouTube regulations. Can't say certain words. I call Jay, look, we're not going to say these words. We're not going to say that word. We're going to be creative. We'll create euphemisms. We'll create other words that mean the same thing that people, no, I'm not going to do it. Nobody tells me what to say. Nobody tells me what to say. I'm not going to do it. I quit. Nobody's going to tell me what to say. And I understand that. But I don't have to say a certain word. I'm creative enough. I'm intelligent enough. And I'm balanced enough. And I'm high conscious enough to know that you don't have to say black to get the meaning of black across. Very dark and dense color. Black. The opposite of white, black. You can say words that mean the same things without saying things. And if this is your side project, and I get it, it's his side project. So he doesn't want to be told what to say, no problem. But I was not willing to let my YouTube channel get shut down because Jay Campbell wanted to say every word they told him not to say just because he wanted to say them. And then we had a guest tell us right before the show, please don't say this. And I'll be damned if as soon as the show opened, the first words out of Jay's mouth weren't exactly what the guest said, please don't say. The guest rolled his eyes. The guest was upset. I had to apologize. The guest said, well, I know he was joking. It's okay. But that's not professional. And then I get the email of, well, I'm going to quit again. But I'm not going to tell you when, so you just have to stay in suspense. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, that email from Jay, I'm going to quit again, but you're just going to have to be in suspense. That's called a takeaway, ladies and gentlemen. And Jay is a good enough salesperson to know that the first rule of the takeaway is you got to make sure the person you're trying to take it away from wants it back. I decided after 4 quits, and not to mention the fact that we're interviewing Vinny Eastwood, a show that you guys all loved, and Jay's texting into his group how shitty the show is that I'm doing with him. He goes on his group, his what's the one he kicked me out of? He kicked me out of Decoders of Truth, and he kicked me out of the WhatsApp group. And he's on WhatsApp telling people how bad the show is that we're doing. And then he walks off camera for 5, 6, 7 minutes. Not professional. How are you going to trash a show to the esoteric audience that's geared to the esoteric audience? And we still had like 10,000 views on that show. I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna. I guess that shows the influence that Jay Campbell has in the esoteric community. But anyway, I had enough. So I fired him. You fired with this email. I know that it's coming to an end. I know that you said you're leaving the show anyway. I could have said, since you told me that I was going to have to be in suspense, you can kiss my ass. I could have said that, but I didn't. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be professional. I was trying to be courteous. And then you saw the send-off I gave him on Facebook. It's with great remorse and a heavy heart that I say goodbye to Jay Campbell. I love him like a brother, value his friendship. He's going to work on his esoteric business. He's the greatest. He's going to work on his testosterone business. He's the greatest guy in the world at it. I wish him all the best. His best is better than most. Go get him, Jay. All of the negative comments, oh, I'm glad he's gone. All he did was interrupt, deleted. I'm glad he's gone. He was too crazy, deleted. 10, 15 comments every week I've got to delete. I've been covering his back because I love him. And we had a good show going, and I thought it would settle down. It would level out. This is where it should have ended with that email. He sends me a text. You're a coward. You should have called me. Family talk. I said, listen, bro, I would have called you, but you just started screaming after 3 words, and I wasn't going to subject myself to your verbal abuse. I was going to call him after the email, after he settled down. He quit 4 times. But instead of calling me, which he wanted me to do to him, he goes on Decoders of Truth and says, after this email, after that send-off I gave him, he goes on Decoders of Truth and says, Jeff fired me for no reason and without any knowledge. Really? You didn't have any knowledge the other 4 times you quit that I wasn't happy? You didn't have any knowledge the other 4 times you quit? You didn't have any knowledge the time that you called me everything but a nice guy over the YouTube words? You didn't have any knowledge? You had no idea? You had no idea that you were going to quit when you just told me days ago, I'm going to quit, but you're just going to have to stay in suspense until I tell you. Jay, you took it away. I didn't want it anymore. That was your mistake, bro. And to go on to Decoders of Truth and say, Jeff's a liar. He fired me out of the blue. I had no idea. That's a lie. And that's a lack of integrity. You're right. I fired you. I fired you because you quit 4 times. I fired you because you threatened me. And I did exactly to you what you'd have done if one of your agents had given you that same line of crap. Only you'd have fired him a lot sooner. It's my fault because I wasn't following rule number 1, which is don't take shit from nobody. The first time you quit should have been the last time you quit. My bad. My fault. I apologize. Should have never happened. I should have done things the right way. Jay said, don't you dare use the art or you'll regret it. I'd call you to, and he says, I would call you a coward to your face and you wouldn't have done shit about it. Really, we're going to fist fight now because you can't control your temper? I'm not going to use your artwork. Take a good look at it because that's the last time you'll ever see it. It's lousy art anyway. Let's be honest. I'm not changing the name of the show. It was called The Last Stand when I invented it. It's the last stand on my channel, and it's going to stay the last stand. Whether you like it or not, Jay, sorry. It's the last stand, and it's going to be the last stand. And cousins, we're just getting started. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to invoke rule number 1. But it had to be done because I was taking a lot of shit for trying to be the nice guy and try to do it the right way. Sometimes you got to invoke rule number 1. You don't like to, you don't want to, but sometimes you got to. That's just the way it is in this world. So can we move past that now? Don't send me any more emails asking me about Jay Campbell because I will delete them. Don't send me any more messages asking me about Jay Campbell, saying, don't call me and say, you're right, Jay was bad. Don't want to know that. Don't want to hear that. I've been covering Jay's butt for 6 months, and I'll continue to do it. You're not going to talk bad about Jay on this channel. Now we know the truth. Now we know what happened. We're going to move on. That's just the way it is. I do have a new co-host. We are starting Monday night, 9 p.m. Central, and I can't wait. And I'm a little bit excited. I'm going to go ahead and show you the new Last Stand logo. And it was created by none other than our great brother. Oh, this is good. Our great brother, Scotty Roberts. So with this new logo being unveiled, there's no more talk about Jay Campbell and what went bad. With this new logo becoming unveiled, there's no more talk about Decoders of Truth and these guys are bad, those guys are bad, we don't like them, they don't like us. This buries the hatchet. This puts the water under the bridge. I've said everything that I have to say, and now all you people, Jeff, you're a jerk, you fired him. Just fired him out of the blue. You're a liar. You're low integrity. Well, now you can have all the facts. Now you have all the facts. And you can decide what's really true. But this ends with the unveiling of this logo. This ends with the unveiling of this logo. And because his name was mentioned, let me share something with you as well. I don't think I'm letting this out of the bag, but I got a phone call from Derek Bros. And on that phone call, we both admitted that we'd been acting out of hurt. We've been acting out of pain. We've been acting out of ego. We've been acting out of pride. And we both issued apologies to the other. And we both recognized that we had been wrong and admitted that we had been wrong. So Derek and I, if you've noticed, Derek's channel is back on the front of my YouTube. Do I agree with everything that Derek and Malia teach? No. Do they agree with everything I teach? No. And Derek and I are friends again, but I got to be honest with you, I'm still a little bit afraid of Malia, just a little. I got to be honest. I'm a little bit afraid of her. But we have buried the hatchet. And isn't it nice that it didn't have to come to Derek publicly saying this about Jeff and Jeff publicly saying this about Derek? Now, there was a couple things said on both sides where you knew we were talking about each other, but we didn't say, because that's integrity. That's high consciousness. There's no need to go on. And I salute Derek Bros, because he didn't like me very much. He was upset with me. He was very hurt. And he didn't publicly say one word about me. He did privately on his Discord server in response to a question, Derek, are you still one of Jeff's subscribers? He said, no, I'm not. You make your own choice. That's all he did. But dude, they scattered like rats off a ship. That's all I got to say. But that's integrity. Didn't go on Facebook, didn't go on YouTube, and I didn't either. You didn't see me going on with anything anti-Derek, did you? No. Integrity, honor, courtesy, high consciousness. This thing with Jay didn't have to happen. Breaks my heart. But it is what it is, and now we all know what it is. No more rumor, no more room for rumor, no more room for innuendo, no more room for question. This last stand is washed away, washed out into the ash bin of history. It's over. But have I got something for you, ladies and gentlemen, right now. For the first time ever seen anywhere in the civilized world or the uncivilized world, I bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, from the hand of the best in the business, from the hand of one Scott Roberts, Scott Allen, ALAN Roberts.com, comes the new The Last Stand logo. If this gives you sexual feelings, that's okay. It's okay. Scotty said it did him too when he created it. So, sit down, put your hands to your side. Don't do anything inappropriate. Because are you ready? Ready or not, ladies and gentlemen? The new Last Stand logo. Somebody give me a drum roll. Hands to the side, eyes to the front. From the hands of Scotty Roberts to your eyes for the first time ever in the civilized world, I give you, ladies and gentlemen, the logo for the new Last Stand. What do you think about that? Do you like apples? Ooh, how do you like them apples? Two guys fighting the battle while smoking cigars. Folks, life is a game. Play it like a game. Play it to win. Even when you're in the midst of the battle, have a stogie now and then. That's all I'm saying. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Last Stand logo. How about that? Scotty has outdone himself. No, they're not blunts. They're cigars. I told Scotty, can't you put like a band on those things, make them browner? He's like, no, they're too small. I can't do it. So, but Elsie took my joke. They're not blunts, but smoke them if you got them. They're cigars, ladies and gentlemen. They are cigars. Scotty outdid himself. Scotty Roberts, that is beautiful. The big cannoli, he came through. excuse me, the big freaking cannoli. Oh, yeah. This is way better than the last art. Come on. This, you can't even call, there's no comparison. That's all I'm going to say, because that's over. Gone. Done. Woo! I feel better now. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The new Last Stand. It does look a little Game of Thrones. What I said to Scotty was, give me a little League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, maybe a little Harry Potter and a cigar, leather and you know, Corinthian leather kind of thing. So that's what he gave me. Boom. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The Last Stand. The Last Stand rides again, ladies and gentlemen. Monday night, 9 p.m. Do we go ahead and announce a new co-host as well? Nah. We make you wait on that for a while. We make you wait on the new co-host for a while. We're not going to give it that easy. We're going to make you wait. We're going to make you wait. But look at this. Are you ready? It's over. Boom. A new day has dawned. And the Last Stand rides again, ladies and gentlemen. We are the last generation of real humans. We're lovers. We're not fighters. We are men and women of peace. We really are. But every now and then, you've got to invoke rule number 1. It's done been invoked, cousins. We're the last generation of real humans. They say that history is written by the winners. So, folks, I say this. We get busy. Winning, winning, winning. And together, we will write a better tomorrow. Who's with me?